This video is presented by the EA Creator Network. Thanks EA for letting me get early access to capture this footage for you guys. This footage is captured on a work in progress build, and what's being shown is subject to change. College Football 25 is almost here, and whether you've been playing Madden or even NCAA 14 for years and you're a seasoned vet, or if you're brand new and have not played in a decade, here are a few things that I think you're going to want to know right as you dive into the game. First, let's talk about just basic throwing of the ball. You can see that meter comes up over the guys' heads. So this throw meter is going to determine how accurate your passes are. If they're off a little bit, if you go into the yellow and especially into the red, your passes will definitely be more inaccurate, not always uncatchable, but the ball's not going to be caught on the run just like that for not going into the yellow and the red. You'll see if we try to make that same throw, but if we go into the red on this, you'll see him have to turn around. There, he doesn't even make the catch. We try to make this deep post throw against cover 2, and as long as we hit this perfectly, that ball rainbows over into a gorgeous spot for the receiver to catch it. If we go into the red in that exact same post route, you'll see him. Now we're getting broken up. The pass is behind the receiver, right? It's not that nice rainbow throw, dropping it right to him. We'll hold on to it a little bit longer here. Another one off his back foot, and that one's almost picked off. So how you throw the ball, your own skill at throwing the ball, you releasing the ball at the right time determines if the ball is going to be caught, intercepted, complete, higher chance of a knockout. That one we let go a little bit too early, and see the other defender, the strong safety, almost got over there and picked it off. But another perfect, gorgeous pass, throwing these with the throw meter. Another gorgeous pass there. Let's try it again. A little bit into the yellow this time and out of reach. I try this again. There he goes. Let's throw a red pass again this time. I did try to lead him in a little bit. See how the pass is still behind him, though? He holds on to it. But if you're playing against a better player, they're going to have a much... If you're playing against a better player on that, they're going to have a much better chance to come in and make a play on the ball. There, it's behind him again. So timing your throws is imperative in this game if you want to be effective in the pass game. If someone's wide open, obviously it's a little bit less of a chance, right, that this is going to get knocked out. But you can see the throw still behind him. He can't just catch on the run and go. He has to kind of come back for it a little bit. But on that same pass, like just to cover 2 shells, to wait for him to get a little bit open, and then we throw at the right time. Now it's floated to him. He's catching it out of the run, and off we go. Also new this year, if you've been playing Madden for a long time, we've had abilities in the past to let your quarterback make different routes, different hot routes from the line. This year, these ones are just here. You have so many options to put your receivers on different routes and create your own combos from the line. Different normal, speed out, fade, and in route, curl, post, corner, slant, drag, a bang 8. You have so many options to call different route combos from the line once your opponent lines up in defense. But keep in mind, they can hide their defensive shell too, so you may not be seeing what you think you're seeing. And they are different whether your guy is in the slot or outside, right? Here's your hot routes for an outside receiver. If we switch that off, we'll go to our slot receiver. There's no longer that bang 8 route on there. That is swapped out. Now it's a deep cross and a short cross route that are kind of nice. And then even your running back has his own combo of routes he can go on. I'm loving the option routes. So you come to the line, you don't like the way this play looks, we can go ahead and swap everybody out on here. So we'll put X on a deep cross. We'll put Y on a shallow cross or a short cross. We'll put our running back on a Texas route. We completely changed our play from the line, and having full ability to change to exactly what we want to go for, what we think is going to work here. We'll find somebody wide open down the side. This is really, really helpful if you feel like you know what your opponent's coming out in, right? You know what's going to be open a little bit. This looks like a cover 2 hard flat to me, right? So that's where I want that Texas route to go out. We cleared everything out underneath, and then here he is wide open down the sidelines. Bad throw, but we still got away with it. It was a little bit behind him, but off we go. All right, we also have stem routes to talk about. Stem routes allow you to adjust the depth of your receiver's cut, right? When they're going to make their move. Right here, we have our outside X receiver on a post route. So I can change him to actually stem a receiver, though. So let's say we're going to stem the X receiver here. We're going to hit Y or triangle, right, to pull up the select receiver screen. We're going to select him with X. And then from here, instead of changing his hot route, we're just going to hold down the left bumper. And then with holding that down, then with our left stick, we can flick up or down, and that's going to change the depth of the route. We can bring him all the way down to cut at 4 yards in, or stretch him all the way down the field so he's not making that cut until he's well past the 50-yard line. So here he is on a streak, and then he finally breaks inside, and let me launch it all the way the other side of the field. There's no shot that worked. Oh my God, that actually worked. Stem routes allow you to adjust the depth that your players are going to make their cuts at, right? So here we have our wide receiver. He was just on a normal in route, but we can take him from here and say we're behind on the sticks, right? Say it's 3rd and 15, and we actually need a little bit more yards. We still want him to be on an in route underneath that post route. So we're going to send him out 15 yards now, send him on his way. and have him cut after the first down marker, so we don't have to worry about if we're going to get to the sticks or not. Or you can take the other side, right? We'll take our tight end here. We'll take our A receiver and send him out to cross over top of our wide receiver and send him off to the other side. This way we get a little bit of confusion in the backside, and again, wide open. Some routes you cannot do a stem adjustment on, okay? So your zig routes, bang eights, Texas routes, any type of crosser, and drag routes all specifically cannot be adjusted. All right, now for option plays. I know this is one thing that you guys are going to want to run a ton of in college football. If you've not played in a little bit, or if you didn't run them a lot in Madden, just a quick little rundown here of how you need to run these through to be effective and get yards every single time. So first, you come to the line. There's going to be the R over one of the defenders on the field. That's your read guy. That's the run guy. His job is to contain the run. There are a ton of option plays to pick from RPO reads, load options, shovel options, triple options, RPO alerts. All these are a good way to throw some misdirection at your opponent and make them make a decision on the fly. Let's start off with the read options. All right, read option plays are kind of simple. You're either going to just tap the A button and give it to your running back and let him take off up the field, or you're going to hold down the A button and keep the ball with your quarterback and let him roll out to the outside. What determines if we're going to do that or not is the defender with the R over his head, right? That's our read guy. That's our run guy. We want to decide if he stays to the outside, then we definitely want to give it to our running back up the middle. If he takes off to the inside and follows the running back, that will give us the lane to the outside to take off with our quarterback. Remember your wear and tear, though. If you do this too often, it will, in fact, beat up your quarterback. So if that outside defender with the R over his head, if his first step is to the outside, let go of the A button and let your running back take it. If his first step is to the inside, you're going to hold it down and then keep it with the quarterback. On this play, you can see that outside defender cut inside to follow the running back, so he went outside with the quarterback. In this play, you'll see he's a little bit different. Watch that outside defender. All right, so he stood up there. See how he didn't crash down? He just stood up and waited for us there. All right, your speed options. These ones are going to be, you're not going to decide at the line whether you're going to hand it off to the running back or not. You're going to do that on the lateral, on the outside sprint, right? So quarterback's going to keep it. You're going to read that edge defender to see if he's going to take you or the lateral player. Sometimes if you're quick enough, you can just get around him anyway. But right here, he's waiting for us. So now we'll pitch it over and let this guy take off down the sidelines for a nice big gain. Again, he's waiting for us again, so we want to pitch that one out. He kind of hesitated a little bit, trying to hold us to see where we go. Right here, he's coming for us, so definitely just chuck it out. Now, your triple options, combine both of those. You're going to have the option to hand it off to the running back from the line, keep it with the quarterback, and then you'll further decide if you are going to lateral it to the other running back. All right, this one's a little bit different. That read player, we're going to decide if he's going to take the quarterback or not, right? If we just tap A, we're just going to hand it off to the running back and let him do his thing up the middle of the field. If we hold on to A, though, we'll keep it with the quarterback, and then we're going to go outside and play lateral game and decide if this defender is covering the running back or the quarterback. Here is covering the quarterback, so we flip it to the running back with LB and off to a big gain. All right, there's a defender there waiting for the quarterback. It does not necessarily mean he's going to play him. See how he leaves the zone for you to take off down the field. And the more you do this, the more you get comfortable deciding which way to go and when to lateral it. But there he played the quarterback, so we're going to take off. Hurdle that guy. A whole bunch of guys chasing us now, though, but down we go. The longer you wait on that outside defender, though, you'll make him make a move, and then eventually he will go to the outside because the running back will be wide open. But if you sprint at him, you're going to make him make a decision. Okay, I know this one's going to sound ridiculous, but one thing you're going to have to relearn how to do if you've been playing Madden for a long time is how to kick field goals. Otherwise, you're going to miss a whole lot. Because you've all done this, it loads up and you just hit the A button and to start the meter, but that's not how this works here. Now, you aim with your left stick. Seems pretty normal, right? Accurate. The meter on the bottom, though, is going to give you your accuracy. And then once you hit the A button, you have to hold it now and let this meter power up. But if you go too far, you're just going to end up pushing your kick wide anyway. Very similar to our throwing meter. We'll line this one up, go full power, and you hold it down for too long. It drops your kick all the way down. Oh, we bounced it off the crossbar. Bounced it in off that one, so that was not bad. All right, again, but if we hold it off and we let go in the red, he shanks it right out. All right, so we'll line up our shot. Hold down the A button, let it fill up. We went right on that one again. And again, just like the throwing meter, if you hold it down for too long, it ruins your shot. You have to practice letting go a little bit, and that is going to hurt the distance of your kicks. So even though your kicker might be able to kick a 63-yard field goal, you may not be able to, right? You yourself may not be able to kick a 63-yard field goal if you don't hit this perfectly. Again, we went too far. We went full power. Full power is not good power anymore, right? Full power, you got to be like 99 and then you're good. As a reminder, if you just hold this down and go past that, it's going to drop the kick short. And I don't know what that one. For the 3 of you in the chat that will punt the ball this season, it's the same thing on here. You're going to get up and you're just going to tap this button to start the meter, and you're going to shank it right off and give your opponent really good field range with a 15-yard punt. Not a good idea. What you're also going to do is then you're going to remember that you have to line this up. I did it again already, just trying to get the screen to go. See what I mean? You're going to do this on accident and get really, really mad. I get it. It'll be okay. You'll get better. All right, this time, if we do line up, remember, you have to hold this down. So if we just tap this here, great. We got it dead on with a 0 power kick that's going to go 20 yards. The same thing on this one. Aim your kick. This one's a little bit harder. Once you start going left and right, you can lose track of if you're kind of, a line drive kick, you're kicking it sky in the air. Try your best to get comfortable on how to line this up with a, semi-respectable kick. Hold it down and then try not to let it go in the red. This one, we're okay. It's still landing in a decent spot, but again, still not really a great, what is that, a 45-yard kick? We're not really kicking these things too deep. We go right down the middle. That's a perfect kick. How far do we get it? About the same. These kids have no legs, so good luck. You're not going to kick. And after watching this, you're done. Punting is coming out of your playbook because I can already see it. And finally, if you use a custom playbook, which I would highly recommend, I have another video that shows you how to set them up. They're super easy. You'll go down in here. I have a couple of them saved already, but in your settings, save your custom playbook as your default offensive playbook, right? Instead of waiting until you're into a game and then have to remember to set it before you go into it, set it here. The last thing you want to do is start a game and then find out you don't have your playbook and you can't run your scheme. Those are just some quick things I thought you guys want to know as you dive into college football in a couple of days. All year long, we're gonna have a bunch of other tips like these. They're gonna get way more in depth. If you guys play Ultimate Team mode, we'll have a bunch of coin making tips on here too.